Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Gen X Lounge, the bi-weekly podcast where we discuss the pop culture today and look back at the pop culture yesterday, but mostly we just shoot the shit. This is episode 37. I am Brian, and with me tonight, we have...
What's going on?
Hey, Dutch.
When you said 37, I just, I was almost about to start referencing Clerks, but we'll keep it safe.
37's a lot. That's crazy that we've...
It is a lot.
Quinn says it with disdain. Yeah, it is.
Well, in the Clerks context, yes, that is.
The real question is, was the Mighty Quinn part of the 37?
Oh, no. What's going on, fellas? Good to see you.
What's up, man? Good to see you. And also we got, of course, the sexy saxophone man himself.
Hey, y'all. Always a pleasure to be in here, hanging out with my dudes.
Yep.
What's going on, Bolo?
What up, Bolo?
Everything is cool and the gang.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, good. Everybody's good. Everybody's happy. Everybody's had a good 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
It's been great.
It's like the most boring. It's like the most boring month ever, dude. I swear to God, February is like there's just nothing. It goes from like the Super Bowl and then there's just nothing. There's really no like.
If you really wanted to, you could watch the NBA All-Star game.
Yeah, which was a shit show.
It completely sucked.
Yeah,
like, people they don't care. They just don't care anymore.
No, not at all. Yeah, I am.
However, there is gigantic news coming out of the sports world. The fucking Yankees finally did away with that stupid ass, archaic ass, outdated facial hair policy where you could have a porn mustache, but you couldn't have a freaking beard. Now, I know Hal Steinbrenner says it's got to be a, quote, well-groomed beard.
Well-groomed
but
beard,
listen,
yeah. I
I want Garrett Cole to grow that damn beard back, but before he gets back on the mound. They took one look at Devin Williams, and they were like, we fucked up. All that to say that the Yankees will never lose a World Series again because of this.
It's just such a crazy arbitrary rule. Like really, they're like grown men making $500 million. Some of them, like they can't grow a beard if they want to.
Dutch, you are awful passionate about something I've never heard of in my life.
You didn't know that was the rule.
You didn't know that was the thing, dude?
I did not know that. No.
Yeah, I thought that was common knowledge. Yeah,
you just thought that all these guys with badass beards just shaved them off to reveal their baby faces for the hell of it with the Yankees.
No, I just don't watch the Yankees enough to notice that none of them have beards.
Yeah, but it's it's one of those like factoids though. Like if you know the sport, you know that they're known for that. It's a stupid.
Yeah, I remember when the Yankees were playing the Red Sox years. I mean, this would have been like 2006 or.
Don't say 2004, man. That was not a good year.
It might have been that year. My boss at work at the time was a huge Yankees fan, and he would come in every day, and he would talk about how the Red Sox were a disgrace to baseball because how disheveled they were, and how they had their helmets weren't clean, and they had straggly beards, and I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about? Like, who cares? Like, who gives a shit?"
Well, no, I've literally been enjoying just watching people there because I didn't think that they were actually fans who would melt the fuck down over it and be like, I'm done with the Yankees. I'm done with sports. This is a disgrace. What would your father think? You rolling his fucking ground. Like, are you people you are not serious people. You are not serious people.
Those are probably the same people that unironically call other people snowflakes. So
yeah. Brian, did your old boss not see the '93 Phillies? You know what I mean?
He probably hated them. I'm sure
he thought the Red Sox were disheveled.
Yeah, he probably hated
get him a Brendan Marsh autograph.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Brady March, dude. That dude. Jesus. All right, that's enough
Ready
sports.
for football.
No, we're not ready for football. I am happy to be hanging with you guys tonight. It has not been a fun 2 weeks or 10 days or whatever.
Dude,
yeah.
same. I think all of us seem like we've been having some shit going.
Yeah. So we were talking on the text chain.
Yeah.
I never got. My cousin did die on Friday.
Oh Jesus!
Sorry to hear that, man.
So sorry, man. Oh,
So it sucks.
Ooh.
And like I was telling you guys, like, I mean, they went on it was supposed to be a family vacation to Florida, and he never got. He got there, and the next day was in the hospital, and then never got out of the hospital. It's just insane. Like his kids, his grandkids are down there. Like they're still not home from Florida. Like none of them are back yet.
Jeez.
Oh my
How
God!
do you travel right after that? It's like insane.
It's a fucking nightmare. I mean, they're gonna have him cremated, and then come back up, and then do all the stuff
Arrangements.
Yeah, but I mean, they're even giving themselves, and honestly, like I don't even blame them. They're giving themselves like 2 weeks before they even do like any kind of service or anything. Because like, dude, it's got to be so they have to be so emotionally drained from that experience. Like
I would have 100% agree.
It's bad enough being stuck in a hospital for 10 days or whatever, but like being stuck in a hospital, in 3,000 miles away or however far away Florida is, but
it's not 3,000 miles, but yes,
you know what I mean.
Let's say, dude, I'm driving there. I'm driving there overnight on Friday, dude.
What is it, 1,200 miles away, something like that?
1,200 miles. Yeah, maybe it's not 1,000. Like maybe
about 1,000, right?
Slightly under 1,000.
Yeah.
If Brian's
Hold on.
geography teacher is listening, you did a terrible job.
How far away is Chicago? That's
my daughter is in Florida. She's 947 miles away.
There you go. See, there you go.
Oh, all right. So we were,
You're very close. Very close.
But
I can't. Sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say he was the So my family's he would have been the third generation group in my family of cousins. So he's my mom's cousin. So what's that making my second cousin or I don't know, whatever he is. But when you're a kid, like he would have been 15 when I was born or 16, I guess. So, like all your cousins are super cool. Like your old cousins are like super cool when you're like
most of mine were.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But you all think they're like, oh my God, they're cool and they drink and they're funny and they
smoke and they curse and
they tell good jokes and they're just, So, but he always was the cousin that was like, went out of his way to like shoot the shit with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he invited me and my sister over to watch Raiders of the Lost Ark. That was the first, we saw it at his house.
Yeah.
Because he also was the hi-fi guy. Like he always had like the most sweet, hi-fi audio video setup. Yeah, at his house. So he always had like, I'm sure he was one of the first people in the family with a VCR and a CD player. So he was always, you could always talk music or whatever with him. So it's fucking bummer, man. It sucks.
Yeah,
I'm sorry about that, man. Really sorry for your loss.
Well, I appreciate it.
Awful. So
He was a good
man.
dude. He was a good dude. So yeah, let's not dwell on that. Let's talk about news. We got some birthdays. And like anybody who's like, where do you get these fucking birthdays? I don't research any of the birthdays. If I come across a birthday, I'm like, oh, that's good. I'll write that down. So 68, happy 68th birthday to Vanna White on the 18th. Yeah. She makes $10 million a year.
That's crazy.
For turning letters.
Yeah.
All right. Well, she had to turn letters for what, 30 years? It's got to get old. It's worth something.
Yeah.
Seriously, how many vowels did they buy on her? Come on.
They film like 5 episodes a day or something too, I think, of that show. But then they only work like 4 months out of the year or something crazy like that. It's like a sweet gig if you can get it. Game show host is like a good gig because you don't work a lot. And then also John Travolta, 71.
God bless him.
Yeah.
And Molly Ringwald, who we just talked about last episode, 57. And that was also on the 18th of February. Dutch, I know you had said some stuff about this, so I figured we'd talk about it. Ozzy Osbourne
Yeah.
is saying bye-bye. Hopefully not to life, just to perform.
I fear that's. I don't want it to happen, but I fear that in the calendar year, it's a highly likely.
Are you guys trying to jinx Ozzy Osbourne? What's happening right now?
Yeah, I know. He should probably shut up.
Well, I mean, dude, how many times have we never learned our lesson on this podcast about
I know
names up?
Look, we just talked about John Travolta and Molly Ringwald. They're all
wait, man. We fucked up. We just fucked up, man.
If you don't want him to die, don't talk about him on this podcast. That's for sure.
So anyway, let's talk about this Black Sabbath show.
This Black Sabbath tour.
I'm still sorry about Carl Weathers, everybody. That is 100% our fault.
That's on you. That was totally on you, man.
Yo.
Guess what? There wasn't no tomorrow. Thank you, Quinn. Good job.
Yo. I will take zero responsibility for Carl Weathers passing.
We didn't kill OJ, did we?
No.
No.
We might have.
I don't know. We got to go back to the archives because I thought we might have said something about him before he.
I don't feel bad about that one though.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's maybe that evened out our karma a little bit.
Yeah,
that's terrible.
But it's called the Back to the Beginning tour.
You're laughing, Bolo.
I know, Bolo.
You guys are terrible. As he sits there with his big pearly whites and just just showing all over the place.
That's what he does when he's uncomfortable.
That's nervous giddiness.
Like we are getting canceled, every one of us. Like these guys
all right, fine. Sorry, OJ.
These guys have had way too many references to OJ Simpson on this podcast.
That's so bad.
Damn.
Okay.
Painful.
There's a new OJ documentary on. Is it Netflix? I want to say it's like a 4-parter. Yeah, I was scrolling.
Is there anything left unexplored about?
I don't know
what's left.
I don't know what else you can talk about. You know what I mean? Honestly, at this point,
I think we've said everything we have to say about OJ.
Yeah.
It'd be funny if it was just about his football career, like the beginning and end,
like an NFL film.
Yep.
Like
they just completely sidestep. Like they'll go right up to his career in the Naked Gun movies and just stop right there.
Yep. Yeah. And then the screen will go black and be like, OJ passed away in 2024.
This movie was funded by the OJ Simpson Foundation for Reform.
It's like that Michael Jackson documentary movie that they're making.
Oh, good Lord.
And apparently it's going to end with his Super Bowl performance, which I feel like leaves out a whole lot of information that happened after that.
Oh, my God.
But, you know, what are you going to do?
So that's going to be just like the situation we just described.
Yeah, pretty much. Him going out on a high point, performing at the Super Bowl. Yeah. And then it'll just cuts to black and says, Michael Jackson passed away in 2009.
Dude, I remember that. I was sitting at Dallas Barbecue in freaking Midtown Manhattan when that footage of them like airlifting him was on.
Yeah, Quinn was with me.
Yeah.
We went to my parents' house or something.
I was waiting in the car. And you went into your parents' house and then came out and told me. That's how I found out.
Yeah, it's funny. I feel like that was if that happened now. I feel like I would have made a much bigger. Like I was very much just like, Michael Jackson died.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
it was such an odd guy. I didn't know how to feel. Like I didn't feel any particular way. I can tell you when Prince died, it ruined my day. When
Prince died, I had to get up and compose myself. Like
I was working from home and then I couldn't concentrate. I kept on having to get up. Yeah.
Yeah, that was I agree. That one hit me way differently than Michael Jackson. I don't know.
I was paying other people at work and screwing up their day.
Yeah.
You know whose day he really screwed up was Farrah Fawcett. She died and nobody remembered.
Yeah, they died like right on the same day.
Yeah. The same day.
Yeah, that was the thing that
like
somebody just got more play.
Farrah Fawcett passed away. Well, breaking news! They're airlifting Michael Jackson to Cedars-Sinai or whatever the hell they took him.
Mm.
Yeah,
anyway, he's not dead. Ozzy Osbourne.
Right.
yeah.
Ozzy's good. Ozzy's good.
For now.
Like, yeah, Michael Jackson's death hit me like Prince hit you, Quinn. Like, I grew up watching and dancing, and as I was coming up as a youngster, listening to the Jackson 5. I was hooked in. I went to the Jackson's Victory Tour concert back in '85. That was something that was super awesome.
Nice.
So
I had that album, the Victory album with him and his brothers.
Yes.
When I was a kid.
So
I paid $1 at the school fair to watch the Thriller video. Like they had a booth set up to where you could watch the Thriller video, and it was $1.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So I loved
I
Michael Jackson when I was a kid, and then as an adult, when he got weirder and weirder, and his songs got progressively worse, I fell out of it.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was with him from beginning to end, that kind of thing. Yeah. And then the Prince one was like jarring and kind of shocking because he showed like footage of him coming out of like a CVS, like him. He was getting medicine to try to make him feel better, and then shortly after that he passed.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, that one hit me. Michael, not so much.
I think Michael Jackson died like 4 years, maybe 5 years. If he had lived 5 or 6 more years, I think the shit would have hit the fan with Michael Jackson. Like because of the way, just because of the way things began to change as with like sexual assault and things like that, and people being
like the Me Too movement.
Yeah, but stuff like that, and people being more willing to like talk about it, and so I think.
Do you think there's more out there, or?
I just think it would have been a bigger deal than it was.
It felt like it was a pretty big deal at the time.
It was a pretty big deal.
Everybody knows.
Yeah.
What's different about him than anybody else that got caught up in that is his legions of fans that would not believe anything bad about him, no matter what.
Yeah, they still don't. It's crazy. But anyway, Ozzy Osbourne. Doing the back to the
what a transition. Ozzy would be thrilled with that transition.
Yeah. Back to the beginning tour. I'm never going to get this done. I swear to God. Back to the beginning tour. We'll see Black Sabbath perform together for the first time since 2005. The event will feature appearances from Metallica, Slayer, Pantera, Gojira, Alice in Chains, and Tom Morello is serving as the musical director. And also, like Tool is there, Hailstorm, Lamb of God, Anthrax, Mastodon, and then there's a ton of musical guests or musical performances like Billy Corgan, Chad Smith, Fred Durst, Jonathan Davis, Jakey Lee, Vernon Reid from Living Colour, Wolfgang Van Halen. Hosted by Jason Momoa. So,
all right.
Yeah, so I mean that's pretty cool. Then it came out
after the tickets had sold out.
After the tickets had sold. Well, first it came out that he couldn't walk, that he would be sitting the entire time.
I mean, anybody who watched the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame last fall
knows that, yeah. But then it came out that he only will be singing certain songs. And only parts of songs, and I guess there's going to be just basically guest vocalists the entire time because there's no way he can sing. I mean, he's got Parkinson's, and he's just not in good health.
He didn't take the he didn't sing anything at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He just did his whole sit on the throne and be like, "Let me hear you." And that's why I was like, when they announced that, I was like, "How the fuck is this going to work?" But
I don't know. I love Black Sabbath. Ozzy's solo stuff is hit or miss for me, but
I love Ozzy solo.
I love. I know you're a big Ozzy.
And the cool thing is, like, Jakey Lee and Rudy Sarzo are both going to be on that show, and I'm like, it would have been nice if Ozzy was in enough shape that he could have had Jakey Lee play with him again one last time, play Bark at the Moon, or or what have you. So, like. It sucks. It's I love Ozzy, and it's like the shit thing about this was the fact that it's all about like, well, Bill Ward's going to join. Well, if Bill Ward is in enough shape to be able to join them for one set now, why couldn't he have been on the tour with them 10 years ago.
Yeah, I agree.
You know,
I agree. I did get to see the full real lineup of Black Sabbath. I'm glad.
As did I.
With Bill Ward. I also saw him with Puffy from Not That Puffy.
Wait a second. What the hell performance was that?
That's Mike Borden from Faith No More, the drummer. His nickname is Puffy. But I got to see him with Mike Borden. Also,
I got to see the. I have a cool story. So I saw the original lineup at last time I saw them was at Ozfest 2001, and then they headlined Ozfest 04, and I was at the Camden show at Ozfest 04.
We were probably all there with you, except for
Ozzy. We were there with you.
Remember Ozzy got sick again and couldn't play, but Rob Halford. After he had
then I was not at the 04.
Dude,
I had stopped
because it was 2 years in a row. Ozzy canceled in 03, so I never got to see him play with Jason Newsted, and then he canceled in 04. He got sick again. But Halford, Judas Priest was co-headlining. They were right up under Sabbath, and Halford you could tell he just took a shower. He's in his freaking like street gear or whatever, and he comes out and he fucking puts the set on. People are spitting at him and shit, and I'm like, you know what? It sucks. Ozzy's not here, but we're witnessing history. This only happened one other time, like in 1992.
Rob Halford's a much better singer than Ozzy in 2004.
He is, but he just
always a forever. But
he did the best he could. I mean, and he knew the songs well enough to make it through the set. But it was just like that was better than Sabbath not playing at all. You know, you got to see something that you will never see again. You know?
Yeah, it's cool. It's like the time when Lars got sick and a ton of different drummers filled in. It was like
Joey Lombardo was one of them.
Yeah, Joey Jordanson, Dave Lombardo.
Dave Lombardo. I just totally fucked up. I
flipped their names around.
Jordanson.
Yeah, Joey Jordanson, also dead. Dave Lombardo.
Oh man. What are we fucking doing here, guys?
Oh, here we go.
All right, I'm bat-miting this one again.
Dave McClain from Machine Head filled in for a couple songs. It was cool.
What did I say? Joey Lombardo.
Joey Lombardo. Dave Lombardo. Lombardo's little brother. It's like it's like Chip Hitler.
Oh boy.
All right. So, to continue with the rock and roll theme, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame 2025 nominees were announced. I think the biggest one is probably Soundgarden. But you also got the White Stripes, Fish, Outkast, Oasis, Cyndi Lauper, Joy Division, Billy Idol, Joe Cocker, Chubby Checker, Mariah Carey, the Black Crowes, and Bad Company. So that's cool.
Mariah Carey is going in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Why not?
You think Soundgarden's the biggest of that crew?
I meant for us, not for.
I was gonna say.
Not bigger than Billy Idol. I mean Billy Joel.
That's right.
Did I say Billy Joel or Billy Idol?
You said Billy Idol.
Billy Idol.
Okay,
what is happening to us? I mean, none of us even.
I don't know.
And I don't even. How many? Did anybody even like smoke a J tonight? What happened? Like we're all just.
So you got Soundgarden, and one of those guys is also dead. So
one of those guys is also dead.
I hope we just didn't kill Cyndi Lauper.
Oh
yeah.
God,
dear
dude!
God. Don't do it.
Jesus, I wouldn't be able to sleep. That woman needs to be protected at all costs.
Yeah.
The Gen X Lounge curse continues.
Yeah, protect that woman at all costs.
Who will be next?
Oh, yeah.
That's why dude. I'm not even gonna say it. Just I'm not even putting that out in the universe.
That was my transition music.
That was his change the subject.
Okay. You know what's good? It's good. Yeah.
In Marvel news, looks like it's going to be an almost certainty now if Daredevil does well, which I think it probably will. That they are exploring the return of Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist. That's nice. That's according to Variety. And then I saw another article today that said the return of the Defenders is an almost guaranteed certainty. So
that's great.
That's real good news. And then in some more good Marvel news, Deadline has reported that development on Nova.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you because Bolo was breathing.
yeah,
Bolo, I know.
We heard the Bolo wheeze.
And more Boloese, is that a type of pasta gravy?
Pasta Boloese.
Pasta Boloese. I'll start calling you Wheezy.
It's like this freaking like just this exhaust fan of a set of nostrils, right?
My bad, fellas.
It's all right. It's all good.
Development on Nova, Strange Academy, and Terror Inc. has been paused. I don't know.
Yeah, I read that.
The only one I knew anything really about was Strange Academy, which was going to be the one with Wong, and I guess America Chavez was going to be in that show as well.
Okay.
But whatever. I think they're focusing on more like seasonal like ongoing seasonal stories than just like shit you need to watch.
One-offs?
Well, just the stuff that you need to watch, and then the movie doesn't make sense if you watch the show. I think they're getting away from that. I'm really glad they're getting away from that, actually. So
yeah.
And lastly, but not leastly, and this could be good news or bad news, I am leaning toward it's probably bad.
All right.
But Amazon has gained full control over
Yeah.
they got it. And just like a month or two ago, and I didn't bring it up. I had it in the notes a while ago because they were fighting with Barbara Broccoli over control over it, and she was basically like, "I'm not letting them take control over it because they're fucking idiots." I think that was almost more or less a word for word quote.
Yeah.
Now,
Wow.
and then I guess they backed a truckload of money up, and now they have control over it. So
yeah.
Oh my God.
So I guess look forward to streaming series based on MI6.
I would love a Bond series. I think that'd be great.
I
don't trust Amazon to do it.
Yeah. Well, does it need to be Bond or can it be a different 00 guy? Could it be 005?
I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't care.
Oh, the misadventures of Miss Moneypenny.
Oh, believe me, that will be a thing. There'll be a Q prequel. Like,
an M prequel. Every letter of the alphabet at MI6.
Yep, everything. There'll be an American Bond series, which.
Yeah, but I love that world. So if they do them well, I'll be happy.
I hope they do them well. I think
I doubt they will.
For the most part, like Amazon's streaming shows are pretty decent compared to.
Let me refer you to the Wheel of Time, which is the crappiest crap that's ever crapped.
But they got rid of it. They stopped that.
They spent $1 billion. No, there's
really?
3 seasons of it now. Yeah, there were like 12 books that series is like 12 books long. And they threw a ton of money to it, and it looks like shit. Their plot decisions make no sense. So
I mean, they just look at everything as content, and like Lord of the Rings, they got Lord of the Rings, and now here we go with a prequel show, and so I mean, not everything needs to be like. I would be perfectly happy with a new, well done Bond movie every 3 years, or 4 years.
Yeah, but I mean, if HBO was doing a Bond series, you'd be all about it.
You got to milk that.
You trust
Probably. Yeah, I mean, they probably paid enough money. They got to make their money. Got to make that money. But I saw like the day after the announcement, like Bezos shared a tweet or whatever or something that was like, "Who was your fan choice for the next James Bond?" Like, dude, fuck off. Like
everybody
John
wants
Cena.
Everybody wants Henry Cavill.
John Cena. I know. You can't let the people vote. Obviously, we've learned anything.
Yeah, for God's sakes, don't let people vote on.
Do you guys see that Onion article that they reshare every time there's James Bond news, where it's like Wallace Shawn appears as front runner to replace Daniel Craig?
Wallace,
it's like the funniest thing I've ever seen.
What about Idris Elba? Has anybody ever thought about Idris Elba?
I would love him. I would love Idris Elba for real.
20 years ago.
Well, maybe. Yeah, he's old.
Yeah, he can still do it. How old is he?
He can still pull it off.
How old's Idris Elba? I don't know. I mean, black don't crack. He looks fantastic.
That's what I was going to say. I don't think anything would stop Idris Elba from playing Bond except for a bunch of unhappy internet people.
Yeah,
I was laughing at his episode of Hot Ones yesterday. Did you ever see him on there?
Oh yeah,
I saw a clip.
Yeah, where he asked the
he's
guy.
funny.
He's like, "Who picks these sauces?" And they're like, "Oh, that's Chris over there." And he goes, "Can you fight Chris?"
That's funny.
That's brilliant.
The bomb.
He wanted to hurt him.
Yeah, he was not happy.
Oh my god.
All right, let's
Oh,
do
man.
some trailers. We
Coming soon to a theater near you.
trailers. So first trailer just dropped today, and that is for Andor season 2. I know you're all going to hurt my feelings and tell me none of y'all watched that trailer, but
I watched it.
Accurate. I didn't watch it.
no. Oh man,
That'll be accurate because I didn't watch the first Andor series. I watched a movie.
It was good.
oh man, I absolutely love that show, and
It was fine.
I'm super pumped. I mean, I think of the Star Wars shows, that is to me the most mature and well written of any of them. I mean,
We've talked about it on this podcast before. Brian likes it because there's no Jedi's in it. that's
I love that.
That's what it boils down to.
I love that.
There was no
I
Jedi's
also
in
like it because it could just be a show about any resistance group fighting in any war, and I think that's
it was very World War II, which is up your alley.
I think that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, but
and especially living in these unprecedented times, sometimes you need to see some rebellion shit.
I guess, but I didn't like I don't like the main actor. I didn't really bond with any of the characters. I didn't care if the whole team died at the end. I liked
Spoilers, they do.
I liked what was it, Stellan Skarsgård or
Yeah.
I liked his character.
I'm excited because Ben Mendelsohn is in.
Yeah, but I will say this: like Andor was, I would give the show probably a B or B- or a C. But the trailer looks awesome. You guys should watch it. It looks like it's going to be pretty good.
Yeah. And then we got a trailer for The Accountant 2, which
did see that.
is a bit surprising to me because The Accountant 1 was fine, but it wasn't something that I would have ever thought they would have made a sequel to. Have any of you guys seen The Accountant, the first one?
Yeah.
I did not see it. My wife saw it.
Nope.
She thought it was great.
Oh,
It's
Bolo, you should
better than
definitely
you
watch it. You would.
It's
definitely
better
like it.
than you would expect it to be.
That's what I hear.
Yeah. I'm not surprised it's getting a sequel because, Ben Affleck is still a draw, and they're gonna, squeeze that dry if they can.
Yeah, and John Barenthal is.
Yeah.
He's fairly. I mean, his popularity is pretty much always pretty high. He's good in everything too.
Yeah, I can't wait to see him and what he's got coming up here.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And then when we saw Yippee-Ki-Yay Captain Falcon over the weekend, we all probably Dutch would assume you saw it too. The How to Train Your Dragon trailer is out there, and it looks like a shot-for-shot remake of the.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know how to feel about him. Like,
yeah,
Dragon actually still looks like exactly the same.
Yeah.
Dude, that dragon looks just like one of my cats. It's so funny. With the big green eyes. But that looks actually pretty good. If my kid wants to see it, I would go see that in the theater, I think, with her.
I've never seen the originals. But everybody I know, I work with a lot of people a lot younger than me, and they all grew up with that movie, and all of them are psyched to see that.
Yeah, I didn't see the original movie, the animation, so it's like I kind of want to watch that before I see the actual live action.
Well, you might as well just wait now and just watch.
Yeah.
You know what you should do?
What's
You
the
should go
matter?
to the movie theater and you should stream it on your phone while you watch the live action one.
If you can sync it up.
Take notes. Yeah, take copious notes and report back the differences. And then not a trailer, but we did get a bunch of photos for the Masters of the Universe He-Man movie, as well as some cast members. We got Shashir Zamata as Susie, who I don't know who that character is. John
I don't know who
Ju-
that actress is or
No,
actor.
me neither. I don't know any of these actors. John Ju Zhang as Ram Man.
Okay.
Ram Man's an
Ram
awesome.
Man.
Ram Man's an awesome character. He's basically the
Is he
Juggernaut.
though?
I mean, his name's Ram Man.
He looks like Gimli.
Yeah. And then Christian Vunapola as Hussein. Also, I don't know who that is.
Nope.
Nicholas Galitzine is He-Man. Travis Knight is directing, and it is coming out June 5th, 2026. Some of the on-set photos look cool. The sword, they looks exactly right, which makes me happy because the sword in the 87 Dolph Lundgren movie is just kind of a generic sword.
Yeah.
Actually looks like the He-Man sword. The fact that he is wearing the pink shirt like Prince Adam wore in the show is pretty fucking awesome. So and speaking of Idris Elba, he's in it. He's Man at Arms. And who's that shithead that's playing Skeletor? The guy.
Jared Leto.
I don't know.
Jared Leto. Yeah, there you go.
Oh God.
Jared Leto is going to be Skeletor.
Skeletor. So
is he gonna actually be throwing like
he's gonna
real human bones around?
He's gonna mail corpses to people.
Hey, dude, we got some breaking news.
Uh-oh. Hang on, let me do the.
It's not good news.
Oh,
Cindy Lauper die.
No, Cyndi Lauper did not die, but unfortunately, Roberta Flack did. 70s R&B vocalist known for Killing Me Softly dies at 88.
Oh man!
Good Lord, we couldn't make it out of a show. Usually they die immediately.
That might have been our first breaking
in studio death. Yes.
Yeah, Killing Me Softly. That's
awful.
Yeah, that is a bummer.
Oh man. Well, R.I.P. Roberta.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'm watching the internet to see what else is going to happen while we're.
Anyway, back to He-Man.
Anyway, let's talk more about He-Man.
Yeah. How do you go back to that now?
The He-Man thing is funny because, like the diehard He-Man fans are like up in arms over everything they read. The casting not necessarily.
Who is that? Who is a diehard He-Man?
There's a whole Reddit group. There's Facebook groups. I mean, and they're like
passionate.
Like, if you grew up with the cartoon, right? Like,
yeah.
How can the movie fuck that up? The cartoon is complete
unwatchable
nonsense. Yeah, it's just nonsense. Now I know there's been many things after the cartoon that are way more serious. There have been other cartoons. There's been even one a couple of years ago that Kevin Smith did that are way more serious. I know there's been comics and all that.
They were pissed about that too, though.
It was woke. Yeah. So I get it. Nobody's going to be happy. I am cautiously optimistic about it, just because
I'm really done with Jared Leto. You know what I mean?
I hate Jared Leto. I mean,
I wouldn't go that far. I'm just done with him.
Yeah, I mean, he just does nothing for me. He's the weakest link in the cast.
He's the weakest link of all those names we didn't recognize.
We don't even know. Yeah. At least the guy who's playing Ram Man is jacked.
Yeah, I did see that.
Well, I was gonna say, did you guys see the promo image that came out earlier today? Just holding the sword.
Holding up the sword. Yeah.
Yeah, that looks cool.
Yeah.
See, I first thought, because like I said, He-Man's like I've told this to you guys, like I was never quite like a He-Man fan. It wasn't like in my zeitgeist.
Yeah.
Like I saw that and I was like, holy shit, is Arnold gonna come back and we're gonna get King Conan? Oh shit, it's He-Man. Fuck. I need me some Arnold as King Conan.
That I know. I'm surprised they haven't done an Arnold King Conan movie because he's the perfect age to do it now. So I think that'd be cool.
It would be good.
To Mattel's credit, they've kept He-Man in the pop. Like
pretty relevant.
You can still walk into a Walmart and there will still be a rack of He-Man figures.
Yeah.
I mean, they did a Stranger. There's a Stranger Things He-Man crossover. Collectors toys now that are out. There's like a Skeletor, and the box is cool. It's got like the figure on the top, and then it's got the the equivalent Stranger Things monster flipped upside down in the box, so it's like reflecting him.
Okay.
It's
You mean
nonsense,
like the upside down world? Or?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it makes no sense why they would do that, but I mean,
Yeah,
at
it
least
does
Because money.
we're trying
Yeah.
to get our money, and it's specifically our money.
Yeah.
Because
Because
to
you
this
have
day,
4 man children here who will buy them.
to this day, if you ask me what my favorite Christmas present I've ever gotten is, immediately the first thing that comes to my mind is Castle Grayskull. Now I'd think about it and choose something better, but the first thing that pops in my head is Castle Grayskull when I was 11, something like that, 10 or 11.
Yeah.
So,
Damn, that would have been good. That would have been good for the Christmas episode. We should have just did a countdown of our favorite Christmas gifts ever.
Yeah. But there's a lot of nostalgia baked in there that
absolutely. My
what is happening, Chris Downs? What is happening?
I'm figuring out what's happening.
He just refuses to mute.
Bolo, when you move the mic, you don't actually want to touch the mic itself. You want to kind of you want to go like this a little bit. You see like this doesn't
this man will not mute to save his life.
I got big sausage fingers. I may end up kicking myself out of the podcast.
But yeah, I was in Walmart 2 weeks ago, and they had because now after I've completed my collection of He-Man figures that I wanted from this one line, now there's a line up where they look exactly like they looked in the cartoon, and there was
that's cool,
a kit with Prince Adam and Battle Cat, but Battle Cat was in the scared cringer mode.
Oh yeah,
all cowardly looking, and I had to convince myself I didn't need it. I was like, I don't have room. I don't. I was like, this is so fucking cool. But
I've saved Bolo so much money over the years.
Yes, you have.
Like against that very thing where it's one of those things you just have to have it. You just want it.
Yeah.
Until somebody with some sense is like, why don't you pay your electric bill?
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of important too.
Yeah,
I feel like if your bills are paid though, buy the toy. What the hell? That's at this point, it's the small things. Really. Tomorrow we can wake up and nobody can have electricity.
That's right.
The bombs will be dropping.
But I'm gonna have that awesome Batman utility belt.
Could be gone.
I mean, I was gonna say, assuming that the toys don't melt, we'll have those in the aftermath.
It'd be good. All right, I don't have anything for back in the day spoilers, so I figured we could focus on all the shit we've been watching because we all saw the latest big Marvel movie, and there's a few other things. And also Reacher has reached back out to us. So can we
just talk about Reacher for the next couple
we're
hours?
definitely going to be talking about Reacher.
And now, our feature presentation.
All right, before we do Reacher, let's do like smaller, less important things that we may or may not have watched. Quinn, I know me and you both saw the Gorge. Did anybody else see that?
Did not see that.
Miles Teller and Anna Taylor-Joy.
Yeah. Quinn.
Go ahead. I'll let you go, Brian. Shoot.
You're going to shoot down everything I said because my impression from talking about it with you, because you saw it before me, was that it was really bad.
Correct.
And I fucking loved it. I loved every goddamn second of it. I thought it was fucking great. Now I'm a sap for like a love story that's not told in the typical like love story, like not in a non-rom-com type of setting or so I loved it, dude. I thought it was fucking awesome. I thought the soundtrack was fucking awesome by Trent Reznor.
Soundtrack was pretty good.
Atticus Ross, dude. It had "Spitting Off the Edge of the World" by the Yeah Yeah Yeahs.
By the Yeah Yeah Yeahs, which is a great song.
fucking song, dude.
Yeah.
Both the leads were fucking great. I loved them both. Anya Taylor-Joy was like,
I gotta watch this show.
was like a
She's good.
manic, was like a manic pixie assassin dream girl. Like, fucking incredible. Sigourney Weaver was fucking awesome. I love
Sigourney Weaver had nothing to do in that whole movie.
It was her Gorge.
Yeah,
Like,
you could have got anybody to play that.
I know.
She has what, 2 scenes?
I'm so confused right now because Brian's like, she was awesome, and then Quinn's like, she had nothing to fucking do.
Hey, Dutch, she was there. She's in the movie.
The whole movie's about her Gorge and the creatures that come out of it, and that's what you need to understand.
So she's the keeper of. Okay, I got
Phrasing.
No, it's really good. I don't know, man. I just really enjoyed it. I mean, it was just something like different, I think, too, which is maybe why I also enjoyed it. And it wasn't like, I don't know. It just told a story and was over, and I appreciated it. I just liked it for what it was. Like, it wasn't a superhero movie. It wasn't over the top, big budget blockbuster type movie. I liked it. I thought it was so good. I would like to go. I might go watch it again. Bolo, you should definitely watch it. You would love it.
Well, okay, wait a minute.
Right up
the
your
Gorge
alley,
on Apple TV. I'll check
on
it
Apple.
out.
That's right.
I will check it out.
On Apple TV.
It's a watchable.
Van Helsing's.
It's a watchable movie. It's a watchable movie. If you think about it for more than 5 seconds, it entirely falls apart.
Oh wow!
But the leads are good. There's not a lot of dialogue in the beginning part, at least. Within, I don't know, 1 day of them being there, Anya Taylor-Joy is just like, screw all these rules. I'm just gonna break 100 years of tradition, or
I mean, it's a decent amount of time before they start communicating with each other. I feel like.
Is it though? It's like,
I mean, they're there for a year.
It's like 10 minutes of screen time, like right away.
But this happened over a year. Trust us.
I mean, it has some interesting like concepts. I love like all the bombs along the wall, along the sides of the gorge,
the turrets and all that stuff.
Yeah, those were cool. It makes no sense. And yeah, I get the movie explanation. Makes no sense that they just have one person there on each side.
Why would they not just have a ton of people there? Like, that I agree with. That makes sense.
I mean, they don't want their secrets out, but they're like, this is the gateway to hell. If anything gets out of here, the whole world's going to die. Let's have one person on each side in charge.
And you're not allowed to talk to each other.
And you can't talk to each other. Right. You can't call for backup. You can't do shit.
Well,
if something gets out,
you can nuke.
If something gets out, nobody will know for a month.
Yeah, you can nuke the site. But
yeah,
I'm glad, though. I'm glad. I'm glad. And spoilers. I'm glad that it isn't actually the gate to hell, because that I feel like I would have liked it less. Like the explanation that they gave, even though it is completely ridiculous, was at least kind of interesting, though. Like, okay, that's kind of cool. So
no. Once you go along that storyline, I have checked out of the movie the whole time. It didn't help the whole time that Denise is like, this is stupid. This is terrible. Like every 5 minutes into the movie.
Yeah.
But she wasn't wrong. It's like the longer it went on, the less I liked it. And then the last scene, well, I won't say the last scene, but like the shot he takes at the end of the movie, they're going off like it's a fantastic, amazing shot. His target is like huge. It's like congrats on hitting the Death Star. You know what I mean, with your sniper rifle.
And
it's also, so stupid.
It also kind of ripped off the ending of the first Bourne movie. Also, I felt like but I was fine.
Yeah, definitely.
I like the ending of that movie, so I was fine.
It is almost exactly the same. I didn't piece that together.
Very similar.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
You're right. It's amazing. So if you go into it with hey, I'm watching an Apple movie with no expectations. I'm also bored on like a Tuesday night. It's fine. You'll enjoy it. Chris Jones, you'll probably like it for the action. There is a lot of action in it.
Yeah.
But man, no, it's not a good movie.
Wow.
5 out of 10 Van Helsing.
5 out of 10. Yeah, I'll give it 7.5.
So hold up. Should the Van Helsing scale definitely be up to 10, not to 5?
Yeah, no, it's
never
been
been
to 5.
I don't know.
It's never 5. It's 10 Van Helsings.
10 Van. Okay, fair
The
enough.
joke being, the lower the Van Helsings, the more you typically love the fucking movie.
This is true.
Yeah.
Dude, wait till the day we actually go to like a video version of this. I'm just gonna have Van Helsing's just up across the screen.
That'll be my background shot.
For newcomers to the podcast, Bolo Jones loves Van Helsing. He loves that movie.
I do that movie. I do. There's elements of that movie that are epic. Kate Beckinsale being one of them.
So every movie we rate is on a Van Helsing scale.
Did anybody other than me finish Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man? Bolo,
I finished it. I finished it.
You did too, Quinn?
I did, yeah.
I'm so glad you did. Did you, Dutch?
Didn't watch it.
Oh,
you should.
All right. Yeah, you definitely should. Now, Quinn, when last we spoke of it, you were very much in the meh, and I'll watch it when I get around to it camp.
Yeah,
which I can understand because I don't think the first 3 or 4 episodes were great. I think by the end, that show is fucking phenomenal.
I'm telling you, by the end, I was invested. I was like, oh shit. There are some awesome scenes in there, some original scenes, and they tie the last episode into the first one, which was
awesome.
Wild.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And it seemed like when I watched the last episode, I didn't realize it was the last episode. Okay. So you could tell by how they were building up to the end of that episode. I'm like, oh shit, this is the last one.
Yeah.
But I'm pumped for a new season. Like Peter in that show is very, very likable, very relatable. Even though we've talked about it, I don't love the whole high school thing. I like the supporting cast. I think Nico is good for him. I laughed out loud during the drag racing scene where they have that one slow-mo shot where they're both smiling.
Yeah.
Did you see that? I laughed out loud. It was hilarious. Where they like caught air or something and then look at each other like the goddamn Stay Puft Marshmallow Man smile when they look at
that made me laugh out loud. And the scene where he just drops out of the ceiling and scares the shit out of Norman
Osborn. That was funny.
He's not expecting him. That is, dude. I'm so glad that you finished it because I was like, as I was watching it, I was like, dude, I got to get Quinn to finish this because I'm not a Spider-Man fan on the level of you all, and I'm like, this is the best Spider-Man thing I've watched as far as from a comic book standpoint, possibly ever. It is so good, and I was like, if he doesn't go back to this, he's just gonna be like, oh, Brian's just being Brian. But dude, it's because I gave the Gorge such a good grade. You were gonna be like, your opinion is now meaningless.
Hey, welcome to being Bolo.
But what I like about it is, like, particularly the first couple episodes, I'm like, oh, this show is kind of for kids. That fight with the Scorpion is not for kids.
No,
he straight up kills a dude.
Exactly.
That's a brutal fight scene. Yeah. And then also what they did really good in the following episode, him healing that flashback where Scorpion's coming at the screen.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
That's traumatizing.
Scorpion beats the hell out of him in that.
That tail spike, that tail spike through the back.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that.
Nope.
So it was pretty. I mean, there's a lot of hokey stuff in there. Most of the gang stuff is pretty hokey.
I think most of the gang stuff is pretty cornball. Although the big the big badass running off,
that was pretty fun.
Was a pretty good payoff, I thought.
Yeah.
To that, but I mean, the gang fights. I mean, they're not going to obviously show gangs shooting each other in the street.
Yeah, the fact that they were having like straight up fist fights in the street was dumb.
Yeah.
Like a big gang war, no guns, just maybe a lead pipe.
Yeah, that was the weakest. That was the weakest.
And some switchblades.
Stuff. Yeah, the occasional switchblade. Yeah, that was the weakest stuff. The Doctor Strange stuff in episode 9, was it 9 or 10? It might have been the last.
It's the last one, right?
The last episode. Yeah, it was awesome. And to your point, I'm so glad that it wasn't a multiverse thing, because I thought it was.
Yeah, me too.
From the beginning, I was like, well, that's obviously a Doctor Strange from a different multiverse. And then they even hint at it in this one where they're like, well, you destroyed that school. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and that's what I worried about. And that also
the fact that he just went back in time and it made a loop.
But that
awesome.
reimagines the Spider-Man's origin. That's been canon since the 60s.
Yeah.
And you don't care. You don't really care. The show is done well enough, particularly at that point in the show, where you don't really care. So yeah, I thought it ended really, really well. I think I watched the last 4 back to back because they had so much momentum. How about Doc Ock with the very Sam Raimi fight while the music was playing?
Yeah.
Dude, fighting the cops.
I love the way he looks. Like
he looks like a 60s like a 60s cartoon Doc.
Yeah, he's awesome. And I mean, just all of it. It was my favorite. Like, that was, for most of these shows, I'll be like, all right, oh yeah, that came out. Let me catch it. It'll be a day or two later. I sat on my couch every Tuesday to catch those. It
got way better than the first few episodes.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. The first 15, 20 seconds of that theme song
is awesome.
Freaking kick ass until the really dumb, like, Will Smith style rap comes on.
Yeah, I always listen to the little bit of the beginning before I hit the intro.
But that remix of the old Spider-Man theme song, with that just freaking killer drum beat behind it.
Yep. I enjoy that.
It just jams, dude. And then that guy completely ruins it with
Here we go. Yeah,
it's like a Will Smith Men in Black style rap where he's like, I'm gonna talk about Spider-Man for I hate it.
Stop it. If they just left it go like that without the rap, I'd be more.
Yeah, if you just ran that first intro on a loop for the whole intro.
Yeah.
I would have dug that, but goddamn.
Yeah, maybe we could find that as an instrumental.
That would be good.
Yeah. I'd be.
But I agree. They make him get his ass kicked in that show in a very non-MCU type way, where like the MCU will just have him get his ass kicked because he's bad at being Spider-Man.
Right.
This was not that. This was just him getting overpowered.
Yeah.
Which is
him not understanding the stakes of certain things. Like the first fight with the Scorpion, he wasn't prepared to like Osborn even tells him, like, you need to be more prepared. And I love that they put that on his head with great power comes great responsibility, and they turn it into they flip that around. Osborn tells him with great power comes great respect, which is pretty awesome. I'm sure he's obviously got a bad guy arc coming.
Yeah, but that's always been a cool thing about the character, that he holds back, that other people know, like, hey man, you are way more powerful than you're being right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when in the comics, when Doc Ock takes over his body, one of the first things he does is he knocks the Scorpion's jaw off.
Yeah.
He punches Scorpion in the face so hard his jaw comes off.
Yeah, he could.
Holy shit!
And Doc Ock, like, his mental narrative is he's like, holy shit, like he's like, this guy could have been fighting me the whole time. He's like, that's how much he's holding back.
Yeah.
So that's always been a cool part of the character. So I'm glad they actually referenced that in the show.
Yeah, I like that the show takes place in that time frame between Civil War and I guess Infinity War, but
it is the Sokovia Accords.
Yeah, I like that Iron Man is the one who arrests Doc Ock. I think
Iron Man showing up in the 1980s Secret Wars era suit.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Great
The
show.
old shellhead.
You should really watch it. It is.
Yeah, after we've spoiled the whole thing.
It feels like a comic book.
Yeah.
Just animated. And it kind of looks like a comic book animated. Honestly,
the artwork.
Yeah, the art is what makes it
fantastic.
Yeah, I love it.
It looks like the 1960s Marvel art in a lot of.
Yes, it does.
Which is cool.
And that's what holds the appeal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It takes you back to that time, and it's a great visual because again, Doc Ock looks fantastic.
Yeah, it's like
Doc
if Spider-Man
even
and his
has
Amazing Friends was awesome.
Yeah, the little shade things in the glasses.
He's even got the little starbursts in the glasses.
So cool.
It's perfect. It's perfect.
All right. Anybody else got anything that they've been watching, doing before we get into the two big uns?
I don't think so.
Anything of note? I watched Bolo. You should definitely watch it if you haven't. It's on YouTube, I think. I think that's where I watched it. The NFL films mic'd up of the Super Bowl. It's like 45 minutes long.
I've seen a clip.
No, you should watch the whole thing. It's fucking great.
I will.
And that's all I'll say about that, Dutch.
Yeah. Because I have been watching the highlights of the Super Bowl, the 19-minute and 33-second video of every play, minus the halftime show, all that.
Watch the mic'd up, man. The mic'd up is great. Great.
Wow. Dutch is like,
all right.
Move on.
Yeah, so,
got enough of it. I can't take it anymore.
Hang on, Dutch. I'll do it. All right. So the first 3 episodes of Reacher dropped on Thursday, I think.
Yes.
We're getting more in 3 days. I guess maybe are they doing one at a time now? Maybe, I don't know. Well, we're getting at least one more in 3 days. And my only note that I have for Reacher is this. This show is so stupid. I hope they make 20 seasons.
I could not have said it better. I love it so much. Like I didn't think it was possible after those first 2 seasons. I was like, this joke has to at some point not be funny. It's so enjoyable. I can't get around it. I love it so much.
It's so much better than season 2, and it was so obvious. I feel like in the first 15 or 20 minutes. As I was watching it, I wanted to text you guys, and just 20 minutes in, I wanted to just be like, "Yo, Reacher season 3 is so much better than season 2." But I was like, "Let me at least get these 3 episodes out of the way before I make that call." But
right.
It really is a million times better.
It's so good.
Choreography is better. The story is so much more enjoyable.
Reacher is a dick, or at least difficult, in every situation, whether it's appropriate or not. Yeah. If someone's like, "Hey, excuse me, could you move to the left a little bit?" He'd be like, "No." He's such a dick.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
it's the first scene with him and the cop or the FBI agent, where every answer he gives is just
a question.
He's an asshole.
Yeah, it's just so asshole-ish. It's so good. But the scene with him and Paulie, like, "How much can you bench press?" And he's like, "I don't know." And he's like, what do you mean? Why don't you know? And he's like, "Because it's stupid." It's so funny.
Paulie.
Yeah.
Paulie is less intimidating in the show than he was in the trailer.
The trailer, yeah.
In the show, he just looks tall.
He looks like he's a tall buffoon because some of the way he moves and acts and reacts. It's kind of buffoonery, but
I thought he would look like he would destroy Reacher, but even from the beginning, I was like, oh, in a straight fight, Reacher, just pick him up and kill him.
Yeah, drop him on his head.
Yeah, exactly. So, but still, their interactions are funny. Here's the thing: you remember when Anthony Michael Hall was an awesome actor? You remember those days?
Anthony Michael Hall is the bad guy, or as of right now, it appears to be the bad guy.
Yeah, he's a bad guy, I would say.
Yeah.
But Man, 16 Candles, Breakfast Club. You're like, this kid's on an Oscar path.
Yes, he is. At that moment, he is.
Yeah. Weird Science and everything.
He's an evil drug
But man, he's terrible.
I was an evil drug salesman. What do you think of the plot? I mean, to me, I like the streamed downness of it. It felt like season 2 was way more. It just had too many moving parts. It had too many characters.
Yeah,
it was too.
And it was the season 2 was a little serious, taking itself a little seriously.
Yeah.
How about him just jumping in the goddamn ocean?
Yeah.
And swimming
just
for
like, oh
so
shit,
long.
I don't have a car.
Yeah, I need to get out of here. Yeah.
I'll just swim 100 miles.
And I'm sorry, nobody.
And there's no cameras anywhere on that compound.
Right. There's no cameras in the back of that
he comes
compound.
and goes as he pleases out that window.
They have
floors, and there's no cameras that keep him coming and going.
Yeah, they have like 10 security guys that live in the house, but no camera.
Check this out. This is, if I can get it on screen. This is my phone with 3 Ring cameras. I would have caught Reacher.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, it's insane that they haven't caught him sneaking out. He just sneaks out every night. He sneaks out.
Yeah,
and he talks on his secret phone in his normal voice.
Yeah.
So people are. He's supposed to be alone in that room, but he's like blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
And then no one's like, who the fuck are you talking to?
Did you see the meme of it's from I think it's the Saturday Night Live skit where Will Ferrell's holding up that super tiny cell phone?
Yeah.
And it's like what I think of every time Reacher gets on his secret phone.
Yeah, when he's like the guy from The Gap and he just has that super.
Yeah, he has that super tiny little cell phone.
It's so much fun. It's so
he also just brutally kills people without any. That one guy's like, you know, Reacher, you seem a little off to me, and you're gonna have some questions to answer. And he just smashes his head into the letters, into the thing that
he's like, I don't trust you, and then Reacher's like, oh, I guess I gotta freaking kill you then.
And then he folds him up and stuffs him under the desk.
Yeah, what was that?
And then they're like, we need to put him in the 13th in trailer 13. And then there's 2 other guys come and he kills them and he's like, unlock trailer 14.
but here's the thing. Like, he stuffs them under the desk. There's blood all over the floor and he just leaves.
Yeah. And then
he's the first, but he's the first one back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
that's when he swims.
Why did he go to all that trouble to put him under the desk? By the way, he doesn't fit under the desk until Richard breaks all the bones of his.
Yeah, he makes all his legs. Yeah, yeah. Oh man! And the shot in, I guess it's the beginning of episode 3. That's one where he swims.
Yeah.
Where he is walking down the road in only his underwear.
Yeah, his boxer briefs. And his boxer
briefs after swimming in the ocean to meet up with what the hell's her name?
I don't remember. Who cares?
His future love interest for the season.
Yeah.
And
he's gonna see her naked soon.
Yeah, she just goes, fuck. She just goes, fuck me. And it just cuts to the title card.
Yes.
That's funny.
Well, that tells you they know what they're doing. They know what they have.
Great. It's so much better this season.
It's really good.
The fact that he had to kill time, and he's like, "Stop in here. I need to take a leak and get a cup of coffee." And it just cuts to him standing there, holding the coffee pot and the coffee cup, not moving, not blinking or anything.
Like Putty from Seinfeld, just staring into space.
Yeah, just staring into space to kill time
for a good 2 minutes before the dude comes in behind. He hears like the bell and starts to pour.
Yeah, he starts to pour it. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's great.
It looks like somebody stopped time and then restarted it. You know what I mean? When he starts drinking it. So good.
It's so goddamn good. I'm so happy that it's good because I was really not feeling season 2 all that much.
I'm shocked that it's as good as it is. Like it's after the first episode, I'm like, I'm right back in. So yeah,
and he
like
I
you
watched
said,
an interview with him, and he says that he knew that season 2 had problems. He said specifically with the fight scenes, and so he said, I got Amazon to spend some money on different camera setups and stuff like that because I wanted it to look good. He takes it very seriously. So I'm glad because it's paying off. It's really good.
It's paying off on screen.
It really is.
Oh God, this show is terrible. It's so terrible. I love it so much.
Yeah, it's so good.
I don't know if that makes 1 Van Helsing or 100 Van Helsing. I don't know I don't understand our scale.
Yeah, our scale is definitely skewed for the show.
It is the perfect dad entertainment. It's just get on the
I think I
couch,
said before, it's pure sugar cereal, man. It's awesome.
Turn your brain off and have fun because that's what this show is.
Yeah, my wife loves Reacher. It is hysterical. She goes, "There's no security on any of those windows."
Yeah,
nowhere.
Yeah.
Well,
how does he get out?
Denise watches it with like this.
I see him falling every episode. Like I'm like he's gonna break his neck climbing out the window.
Yeah.
Somebody that size.
He almost does that one time.
Yeah, right.
Denise watches that show with like this air of snobbiness where she's like, you know what I mean? Where she like can't believe that I'm enjoying it as much as I am.
Yeah.
But she's also enjoying it. You know what I mean?
You're not.
Yeah. Like I think she's just trying to maintain that sort of derision that it deserves. But it's too enjoyable. It just breaks right through it.
But like sometimes a show doesn't need to try to win an Emmy. It just needs to be good. You know what I mean? And like that's fine. This is good. This is the logical pathway from like if you grew up enjoying the A-Team.
Yeah.
Why would you not love this show?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, because that's or if you if you like MacGyver or any of that stuff. Like,
Reacher is all the A-Team characters mixed together.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes, he is.
He's like the smartest guy. He's the strongest guy. You know what I mean? Like
he's the handsome guy, and he's also crazy.
He knows everything. He knows everything about everything.
But it's within his bubble though of his training. You know what I mean?
There seems to be very little he doesn't know. I mean,
there's nothing.
Very little he doesn't know. Even like when he goes into the record store and the guy asks him about, some song and he's like, well, it's just a ripoff of this other song. Like,
yeah, exactly. Like it's not out of character for him to be like, well, convenience store workers usually take their break at 9:16. You know what I mean? Like he just knows everything.
Yeah. If he was 5'7" and 130 pounds with glasses, you'd be like, shut the fuck up, you you know it all, dork.
That's true.
Because he's 7 feet tall.
And he has not modulated his voice at any point over 2.5 seasons now.
No. It's the same.
Yeah.
It's that same monotone delivery.
Same delivery.
But I'll still stand by my statement. I know you guys rake me over the coals for it, but like I do think he would make a good Batman.
I disagree. He is too goddamn big.
I think he'd make a great Batman. I think he'd be a terrible Bruce Wayne.
I just don't know how he could be Bruce Wayne.
He'd be a terrible Bruce Wayne.
Imagine him. I mean, dude, he could wear the bat suit that doesn't even have the armor. He could just put on the old Adam West bat suit and be fucking yoked.
Adam West.
No.
I say, how tall is he?
He's only 6'3".
Yeah, he's not.
But they make him look huge.
I'm not going to say he's not that tall. I'm 5'8". I mean,
I'm 6'1".
Huge, dude.
I'm looking up to him.
Yeah.
And I mean, he looks like he has no fat on his body. He is insanely jacked.
Yeah, but also he has been in great shape outside of being this size his entire
Oh yeah,
career.
he's always been. Yeah.
Yeah, in Titans, he was jacked back then.
He's fantastic. He looks like I think that's one of his best visuals in terms of his physique back then.
Well, the first time you see him, he's like being tortured. You know what I mean? So he's got his like hands tied above his head.
Yeah.
And you're like, Jesus Christ, that guy lifts weights.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
And does steroids.
Yeah, and season 2 of Reacher, he looked like he was gonna bust out of his own skin.
Yeah, he was too big.
Our favorite thing when we watch it is watching him try to run anywhere.
Well,
in season 2,
season
2, he was running in like super tight jeans, and it looked like Frankenstein trying to run. It was hilarious.
He was too big. He was like muscle bound in season 2. I think he's probably he's definitely leaner this year because
yes, he is.
Because
I don't know. They haven't really had a scene where he's had to
run yet, but he just moves more. He looks more comfortable. I think.
Yeah, he looked just like that's the best way to describe it. He looks like he's not gonna bust.
Exactly. So, all right, let's move on from that one. The big movie of February, I guess, which is Mr. Falcon.
Captain America.
A brave new world.
New World of Brave.
New Brave World Order.
New World Order.
Somewhat breaking news. Today it came out that it had a 68% drop in week 2.
I read it was somewhere in the 80s.
No, that was the one day, but over the weekend, the course of the weekend, it was 68, which is only slightly better than the 70% drop that the last Ant-Man movie had.
But I also read it exceeded the entire box office run of the Marvels.
Yeah, I think it did.
Yeah,
it's still not. It's still not great though. Especially when you eventually find out that the budget was $350 million, which it probably was. But it's not my money. I just think it shows like I think this is the last Marvel movie. I'm hoping prior to this course correction that they're trying to do.
Yeah,
with Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four. This movie feels
which is funny because Thunderbolts doesn't at all appeal to me. Like everything I see of it just looks very drab.
That's crazy to me, considering you're such a James Gunn Suicide Squad type guy. And I feel like this is Marvel's version of that.
I'm still going to give it a shot. I'm just saying, like from what I've seen, like I'm just, and again, maybe I'm where all my emotional investments at this summer anyway. So
yeah,
oh yeah.
but I feel like this movie's
I really am.
Bolo, you got to stop moving. I swear to God, this guy. Well, I feel like this movie is very much of those last couple movies, like the Ant-Man movie, the Marvels.
It seemed like I know this movie underwent a lot of reshoots, and you can tell.
Yeah, I think so too. So I don't even want to do like a plot synopsis of it because, I mean, there's not a lot to it. Well,
judging by the box office drop, everybody that's going to see it has seen it.
Yeah.
And now everybody's waiting for Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, which will probably be in a month, honestly.
Yeah.
I didn't hate it. I didn't hate the movie. It's pretty good.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I thought it was a fine Marvel movie. I mean, is it bottom third for me? Maybe, probably.
Yeah, but it's on the upper end of that bottom third. It's closer to the middle than it is to the bottom. To me,
I thought some of the.
I also didn't hate the last Ant-Man. It seems like people remember that one as being awful. I liked it when I saw it in the theater.
I enjoyed Ant-Man 3.
Yeah,
I didn't enjoy Ant-Man 2 that much.
Yeah, Bolo and I liked the Eternals.
Yeah,
we saw that in the theater. We both liked it. That's an underrated movie.
I enjoy that movie, and I think probably because of who was in it. It didn't have like that oomph of star power. Like you didn't have that. Like these people, the Eternals were kind of thrown at us to which we didn't have a buildup of an Avenger type cast. You know what I mean? So that I think that was kind of hard to digest for some people.
But it also doesn't have the same flow as the rest of the Marvel movies. The director took their time.
Yeah.
And it shows on screen, whereas these seem kind of rushed and thrown together. The Marvels, which we liked, seem kind of rushed, seem kind of thrown together, and the ending, like a 5-year-old wrote the ending. But this one looks like they put some thought into it, and then some things didn't work, and they just reworked it to where it doesn't quite seem uniform, doesn't quite seem together by the end of it, but it has elements in it that are pretty good. It's like it's very much like the Falcon and the Winter Soldier show.
Yeah, so it could have been another season of that. Almost.
Yeah.
Well, except for the Falcon, or the Winter Soldier showing up for like 10 minutes to say,
10 minutes.
Hey, I'm going off on a congressional thing. Yeah, I can't stay and help you with this threat.
I can't help you with this big.
I got to be in that Thunderbolt movie. I won't be busy for that one.
Yeah, that's pretty much. See you in Thunderbolts. That's pretty much what it is.
That felt like a reshoot. I bet you that was a reshoot. I bet it was added later.
But he also, I think I told you guys in the chat, what he says to him makes no sense. He's like, You're good enough without the serum, pretty much, because Cap picked you for who you are. But they spent all that time in Captain America saying the serum just brings out more of who you are. Like, Steve Rogers was a good person. That's why he got the serum, and that's why
they picked him. Yeah.
So if they give Sam the serum, he should be the best Captain America ever. You know what I mean? But he's like, no, I'll just get my ass kicked in every fight from here till the end.
Yeah.
Quinn, but he doesn't get his ass kicked. That's the thing.
What's that?
Let me ask: Does he ever take the serum in the
comics? I don't think so. Oh, I'm not. I can't tell you for sure.
The serum in the comics is different than the serum in the movies. Like
they don't pass the serum around in the comics. Like the serum that Cap took is like done. You know what I mean? Like it dies with the scientists that made it.
Yeah.
And then every other serum is people trying to recreate it.
Agreed.
But they've kind of in the movies, like they imply that the Hulk comes from that serum, and he doesn't. You know what I mean? In the comics,
no. I was gonna say no, not in the Incredible Hulk. The Abomination comes from the serum.
All right,
in the Hulk movie. So,
but I think the experiments they were making on him was an attempt to recreate a new Captain America. The game experiments that he started.
Movie. Speaking of the Hulk, I mean, it felt more like a Hulk that did a Captain America.
That was my biggest gripe about it. It was basically a Hulk film without Bruce Banner in it.
Yeah, it plays very much like a sequel to The Incredible Hulk, which is funny because it seems like Marvel forgot about that movie. So to have like a basically a sequel to it is surprising.
No, I mean, they've never really forgotten about it. I mean, William Hurt was back in the role in 2016.
That's true, but he was like the only tie to it. They would reference it every once in a while, but maybe it was just
Liv Tyler in any of these movies. Up this one. So, what did you think? Yeah. So you were worried about Harrison Ford looking stupid, and I thought he was the best part of the movie.
He is the best part of the movie.
Not surprisingly, he's Harrison Ford, but it didn't appear that he was phoning it in, though.
No, he's a great actor. Yeah, he's a great actor. He's very believable in both the weak moments and even in the Hulk moments.
The scene of him, the flashback scene of him flipping out during the Hulk's first rampage, where it's like a flashback, and he's got the mustache and he starts kicking the podium and stuff. That was pretty good.
And when he turns back from the Hulk into Harrison Ford, thank God that shot's a faraway shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you never see the Hulk change one way or the other. I think I saw something that said you in all of these movies, I think you've seen him turn into the Hulk like 4 times total, because it's so I guess hard and cost
from a CGI perspective
to do it. Yeah. So, but I mean, speaking of rushed, right? So like I felt the hand-to-hand fighting stuff felt rushed, especially the the first few fights seemed rushed.
Agreed.
The scene with where he meets Sidewinder in the what is it? Like a
Blows up his truck?
junkyard?
Is that
Yeah.
the Breaking Bad guy?
Yeah.
Giancarlo
Okay.
Esposito.
Yeah. Like why that scene looked like that was filmed like in one day. There were no other people in the scene. Even the cop car that rolls up, the cop never gets out of his car. Like that was something that was like so obviously shot super quick.
Right.
I felt like that stuff like that took me out of it. Like when he was talking to Sidewinder in that, like he takes him under an underpass or something to talk to him, and there's nobody else around. Like that seemed. I mean, Sidewinder. Everything with Sidewinder was added after the movie was over.
Yeah, it's reminiscent of in the Ant-Man movie where he has that fight with the Falcon.
Yeah,
and it just seems very obvious that there's no Avengers there.
They needed another Avenger, so they just like
picked him and had him doing it. Yeah,
there's that kind of feeling in a lot of those scenes.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
The post credits scene was fucking terrible.
Oh my god, it was awful.
That made no sense whatsoever.
I was like, there's literally nothing.
Brian, you made me laugh coming out of theater. What did you say? You're like, it's going to be fantastic for you.
No, yeah. No, I said he should have said something like, "Your doom is coming, and it won't be fantastic for you."
Because that's how obvious. Oh god, yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
But yeah, that made me laugh.
Oh god. That was hysterical.
Bolo, as usual, saw the movie the night before he was going with us without telling us that he was going to see the movie, which he has done. I don't know. We're like Charlie Brown with the football. He's done that for all of them.
All of them. Yeah.
Not all of them.
We're going to go see the movie. We have plans to see the movie for weeks. And the morning of the movie, he's like, I saw it last night. And then he lies. He flat out lies and says, my family wanted to see it.
That's true. But that is true. That is legitimately
true. My family drugged me to it the night before when he was waiting outside for tickets. I've known this guy for 30-some years. I know how this works.
Oh, my God.
Anyway. But it was good to see you guys.
So the other stuff I was thinking was like, it could have been cool to have the She-Hulk as Isaiah Bradley's lawyer. That would have been kind of cool. Then you would have had that, but then she would have had to have somehow factored into the finale. I feel like, which is maybe why.
Nah. She could just be like, "I'm going back to California before the shit hits the fan."
Yeah, and then I think you also had they not fucked up Sharon Carter's story in Falcon and Winter Soldier and turned her into a bad guy.
Yeah.
She could have done the role of Ruth, the widow. She could have done that role and been cool, and that would have tied it in nicely.
But I like that. I like that girl. She was a good addition to the.
All bats are off.
Yeah. Her last name is Batseroff. I turned to Brian in the movie. I said, "Did you just say bets are off? Like all bets are off?"
Oh my god!
Ruth, all bats are off.
But I liked her character.
Yeah.
And the kind of red herring. You think she's the one controlling everything?
Yeah. She was cool. She didn't have anything to do by the end, though. Again,
that's true.
Like she's sort of almost left out of the third act.
Yeah.
But
I wouldn't mind seeing her again if she pops up. If this,
I assume she probably will.
Yeah.
Why did the leader, the bad guy, why did he willingly go to jail?
After he just killed those other dudes with that freaking...
He says it's part of his plan. But his plan was to play a recording. Like, he didn't have to go to jail to get the recording played, no matter whether he was in jail
regardless.
or not. Yeah. He played that recording to make Ross Hulk out. And But he didn't have to be in jail for that to happen.
No.
Well, he wanted to confront Sam, but to your point, and honestly, I may just not remember it. Like that's a good point, but the movie for little things like that is kind of forgettable.
Yeah.
So
why did Ross go to jail? Even, I mean,
well,
it wasn't his fault. He was infected.
He
with
might have destroyed. He might have killed people.
he may have killed people when he turned into a rage monster.
Yeah. Also, he can't be president. I think.
Yeah.
I told you at one point. It's like, so what happens now? Like the president just freaks out and destroys the White House.
I think if we learned anything in 2025, that he could very well still be president.
Yeah, he beat that rap.
Yeah. At one point, Falcon says, Steve, speaking of how he can't compare to Steve Rogers, he says Steve Rogers stopped 2 alien invasions.
Yeah.
And I'm like, motherfucker, you were there for both of those. You helped. You were there for the Battle of Wakanda, and you were there at the end of Endgame.
Yep.
Well, no, that was just one. He was also talking about
the Avengers, the first Avengers.
The Chitauri. Okay, I'll give him that one.
Yeah,
but he helped.
I think Infinity War Endgame counts as one.
As one big invasion.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that one, and when he talks, when the new Falcon was like, "Man, nothing bad ever happens to you," blah, blah, I was like, "Dude, fucking Bucky ripped his goddamn wing off and threw him off a helicarrier."
Yeah. He says that.
Yeah, I know.
He says that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here I found a whole list of changes and reshoots. So they're filming 22 days of reshoots.
Now, hold on. With the caveat, Brian, the caveat, because I haven't chimed in on this yet, but like internet scoopers and grifters are usually almost always full of shit, and they're accidentally right sometimes.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much I mean, obviously certain things are reshot.
22 days of reshoots.
Did it like? How do we know that it was 22 days?
I mean, I think they've come out and said it.
Have they? I thought they did the usual line where it was like, "Oh, just pick up shots" or whatever.
Well, I don't know how much Brian can be trusted because Jessica Alba got kidnapped when she was 15.
I did Jessica Alba. Was kidnapped and she wasn't. So some of this is definitely the leader. They changed the look of the leader.
I wanted his head to be bigger.
Originally, that's what it was. It was like
a way better design.
But they did change it, and you can tell they changed it because the toys for the Happy Meal that came out last summer show them with the big head.
They also did a Funko Pop, I think.
There's also a Funko Pop of it. There's also a Funko Pop of the Incredible Hulk busting out of the iron.
The Hulkbuster,
the Hulkbuster armor, because that was originally supposed to happen in
Infinity War. That would have been great. I was hoping he was gonna get a full Hulk out, but that's a missed opportunity.
Yeah, they did him dirty. I agree. That's my one regret with Endgame.
Yeah, I agree.
He didn't get his big revenge shot.
Yeah. I needed that. I wanted that. I was hoping we were going to get it as I was watching it for the first time, and didn't happen. Heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Supposedly, adamantium was able to absorb gamma radiation in the original ending of the movie. Was that he uses it to defeat Red Hulk, and it actually kills him. And there was an actual funeral scene that was shot. And that one has Liv Tyler at his funeral.
Wow.
And there are actual paparazzi pictures of that.
Because that was what was throwing me about her cameo. I thought she was gonna like walk up at the end when they're still outside, and the fact that they only have her when she's at the raft.
Yeah, and it was so obvious that she was not talking to him. I mean, she was just talking to probably a tennis ball. You know what I mean? Like
tennis ball.
Because it was so obvious
he could have done that performance via Zoom.
Yeah.
That was.
Yeah.
Yeah, she wasn't there.
Yeah, exactly. The whole thing with the pills was added in reshoots.
I didn't mind that. I didn't mind that whole thing where he slowly turns him into it.
Yeah, I thought that was fine. Let's see. what else? Oh, Ruth was originally going to have mutant powers, which they took out. She was also she was also going to be a Mossad agent, and not a Black Widow, and they took that out after October 7th.
Yeah.
With that thing. So yeah, I mean, the Serpent Society was originally going to play a bigger part in the movie, and originally they were going to be the group that had the adamantium that he's going after at the beginning of the movie. That was originally going to be the Serpent Society, and that was supposed to take place at an airport, not a monastery. So they reshot that entire sequence too, and they all had powers, snaky powers. Yeah, which honestly, I don't know. They all had snaky names like Diamondback, Rattler, Constrictor, Asp, and Cobra. It was played by it was going to be played by Seth Rollins, by the way.
Really?
Yep.
It sounds like a G.I. Joe movie.
Yeah, I know.
It does.
Led by Serpentor. Then, and then take this one with a grain of salt, but supposedly in the original fight at the airport, Isaiah Bradley was going to be fighting alongside Falcon in that scene. So
I would have liked that.
Yeah,
I would have too. I would like to give him some more to do.
Yeah,
in the movie. So I don't know, man.
They didn't mention anywhere to, and maybe I missed it, if Steve's alive or dead.
Yeah, I gotta think he's alive. Some people keep saying he's on the moon, like on that base on the moon. Yeah,
in the comics he does do that, and it's as cool as you think it would be.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you can't have him show up.
Nah. It takes the thunder away from Sam completely.
Yeah, the same reason why you can't have. Yeah,
I would have loved to seen Banner show up in that right before that. That leaping, vibranium blowback before he took out all the pussy willows, whatever the thing was.
Cherry pussy willows.
Blossoms. The blossoms, the cherry blossom, whatever the fuck you call it. You know what I mean?
Bolo Jones is a national treasure.
If the Hawk showed up, if Banner showed up right at that moment, that saves the movie.
Showdown amongst
somebody called Banner. And Banner.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Captain America and the Pussy Willows.
I think if you had him in it undermines Falcon too. They needed this movie to show that Falcon could be, a Captain America character, and I think putting any other hero with him at the end of that fight.
Also, I don't think they could have Banner in it without deciding whether he's Banner, Hulk, or Smart Hulk. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't know that they've made that
resolved.
Yeah. So
I wonder if I'll ever see angry Hulk ever again.
Savage Hulk, yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah. It'd be great. It'd be great.
Yeah.
There's a fight in the comics back from either the 90s or early 2000s, and it's just so epic because they're fighting Onslaught, who's just it's one of those big crossovers where everybody's fighting X-Men and the Avengers, and he's Smart Hulk at the time, and he turns to Jean Grey and says, "I need you to turn Banner off."
Oh my god!
And she does, awesome. And he proceeds to beat the fuck out of the bad guy,
Onslaught.
And it's every bit as awesome.
Wow,
it's so good. But I want to see that on screen. I want to see Savage Hulk just unleashed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be nice. I don't know. I mean, I don't even know what role Banner plays in any of this anymore. I mean, I guess this movie really hints like.
Well, don't forget his kid was introduced at the end of She-Hulk.
I hope they completely forget that part happened.
Was not
much like I hope they forget the entirety of Secret Invasion happened, which I actually think they're going to act like that never happened.
If they just have Maria Hill show up in another
I'd be so
thing
happy.
without explaining it, I'd be real happy.
Just have
zero tie-in. She's just present.
Yeah, just have Fury give her a weird look and have her be like, "What?"
Yeah.
But I mean, because this movie is obviously they're trying to set up another Avengers. They want Sam to restart the Avengers. So, I mean, so you got Thunderbolts, you got Fantastic Four, and then it is an Avengers movie. So
Spider-Man 4 is in there somewhere too.
Yeah,
probably.
I don't think Spider-Man 4 is hitting before Doomsday does.
Yeah, I think Doomsday's first. Yeah, I'm pretty sure
it's next year.
So Spider-Man's going to be in between those two movies.
All right, are we sure about that?
I don't know.
I think he's asking. I don't know.
He's definitely going to be. He's definitely going to
be. My putting it out there is, I think it would be in between those two movies because, again, when you think about an Avengers movie, it's a big culmination event. Then you got to have, a movie that keeps or starts building the momentum to the second film.
But I mean, who would the Avengers be?
And if you're doing Secret Wars, you gotta. If you're gonna try and do Secret Wars, you got to get this Spider-Man into the black costume at some point.
Yeah. Depends which Secret Wars they're doing there, because there was a more modern Secret Wars that was really just like a multiversal thing that didn't have anything to do with the ones we know from the 80s with the black costume and all that, and the Beyond. But anyway, the Avengers would be Cap, Doctor Strange,
yes,
and Spider-Man, and who else? Captain Marvel, maybe.
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi, if they ever.
Chris Evans was cast in Avengers Doomsday. They didn't say who he was playing.
Yeah, he's probably not as Steve Rogers, I would imagine, or he's probably an evil version of Steve Rogers.
That's what I
Nomad.
Yeah.
What about Kate
Bucky?
Bishop? Yeah, Bucky. Hopefully.
Oh yeah, Kate Bishop would be cool.
Elena.
I liked her a lot.
Hawkeye's still around. I mean,
yeah. He's retired, but
some Ant-Man, of the whichever of the Guardians could possibly come back.
Quill's on Earth, right?
Well, I was just gonna say Quill is on Earth.
Quill is on Earth, so
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you have a good selection of people.
But that's a shitty team. Like they're only loosely related to each other.
That's like if you had that team. If you put that team together,
Thor's out there.
You'd be like, "What the fuck is this? Why do we have?
Yeah.
Why do we have Shang-Chi, Doctor Strange, Yelena, and Kate Bishop as our party?"
Yeah, can we expect then for every subsequent Marvel movie from here on out, Sam to show up at the end like Nick Fury?
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I mean.
It's weird.
We're putting the team together.
I assume that Doctor Strange would kind of be in charge of the Avengers when it gets because he's like the elder.
You got to have Wong in there. You can't do that shit without Wong. He's got to be in there.
He is pretty good.
But then you also have Batman. What about She-Hulk? Is she in there?
She's not going to be in there. She's not going to be a part of the universe.
Still be alive.
What about Ms. Marvel? There's so many.
No, I don't think they bring the kids into it.
You think they're going to do like a Young Avengers? I feel like they might do a Young Avengers.
I think they want to. I just don't think people would care.
That'll be a TV series. So it'll be a.
But I'm saying, aren't they implying that Wanda is still alive?
Yeah, I think she's.
I don't know that they've officially done that, but they'd be dumb not to. She's so popular.
Yeah.
But they got to have Florence Pugh, even though she's in the Thunderbolts.
She's fucking awesome. She's so great.
She's great. So I don't know, man. I don't know what they're going to do. I'm worried that whatever choice they make will be the wrong.
I mean, they could also keep Thunderbolts as their own team. I mean, there are other teams that sometimes all team up with each other, which would be
like the Defenders team up with the Avengers.
Yeah, which might be kind of cool too, like
how great would it be if Daredevil joins?
Yeah, be awesome.
Yeah. Just have the Defenders
speaking of Daredevil, I'm psyched. Did you see Tony Dalton is from Hawkeye is in Daredevil? Who was
Tony Dalton?
He was the swordsman.
The swordsman. Yeah. All right.
He's
cool.
He's in Daredevil. Yeah, which is cool.
That's Tony Dalton. Is his name?
Yeah, pretty sure that's his name.
All right. Is he related to Timothy Dalton?
Maybe.
Because they look similar.
He might be related to.
Here on Gen X Lounge, we come prepared.
He might be related. He might be related to Jim. Hey, listen, he might be related to Jim Lombardo. I don't know.
This actor might be related to this other actor with the same name.
Tony Dalton. He was in Better Call Saul. He's great in Better Call Saul.
He was
Lalo.
Lalo, yeah. He was a great villain.
Yeah, he's one of the best villains ever. So yeah, he's cool. Somebody said that it would be cool because he's a wealthy benefactor type, that it'd be cool if he started the Young Avengers because he already knows Kate Bishop.
Yeah, that's true.
That'd be kind of cool.
Young Avengers would be Kate Bishop, Miss Marvel, and Wanda's kids?
Probably, yeah. Yelena's probably too old, right? Yelena's too old, right, to be in the Young Avengers?
Yeah.
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 And Hulk's son.
yeah, whatever his name is. What the fuck is his name?
Scar.
Jesus Christ.
Like it was just like this complete. Oh, by the way, this is my son Scar. What?
God,
that's
bad.
Scar with a K, right?
Sure it is. So bad. Oh
that's
God.
Awful.
All right, so round table. Dutch, what do you give out of 10 Van Helsings to Cappy?
Again, it was a movie where I think the reviews largely got it wrong. Despite all the problems that I think we're all on the same page with the things that we're sort of maybe we nitpicked about or whatever. I gave it a solid 6 out of 10. Because here's the thing: I was never ever bored during it. It's under 2. It's under 2 hours. It moves. It moves like. Really briskly. And that aerial battle was such
just
great
going to say, we didn't really talk about the cool stuff in it because there is cool stuff in it.
Yeah, we should. Yeah, let's get a little bit of that in before
that aerial battle was really cool.
That was an amazing set piece.
Yeah, really well done. When he rode on the missile, that was fucking cool as shit. Getting to see him, just flying and using the flight suit was cool. And that whole sequence with Harrison Ford on the boat, on the battleship, trying not to Hulk out.
He's trying not to Hulk out. Yeah, that was getting a little like,
which would have been really bad for everybody on board. Was pretty awesome too. Why the president would be on a battleship in a hot zone, I don't know.
He said it in the previous scene. I'm a wartime president.
Yeah, he did. He was a former general.
Franklin Roosevelt, and he wasn't on the SS Indianapolis when they delivered the atom bomb.
Right, but this is Marvel. This is Marvel.
But also one of the cool things in that movie is just Sam's character. I like how consistent they've been with him since Winter Soldier, where he preferred to talk everybody down and talk through stuff, and they keep going back to that. Like he has those conversations with all the bad guys, with Stearns, with Harrison Ford's character.
Mm-hmm.
Like I like how consistent. They stay true to him. And he's a likable guy. So all the characters in it, the new Falcon is they didn't give him a ton to do, but he's a likable guy.
I liked him a lot. He was actually a charming guy.
So yeah, you're right. There's no part in that movie that I disliked, but it just wasn't, it didn't get you there.
It was fine. It was a fine movie. And I will say this: I thought personally, because people were bitching about the CGI like they always do, I thought Red Hulk on screen looked pretty freaking good.
So did I.
Great. Yeah, I thought it was
so
great.
did I. He looks more like Harrison Ford than the regular Hulk looks like Ruffalo.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. He leaned in hard on Harrison in the face.
Yeah, I thought it looked great.
Weta Digital did a freaking great job with that.
I would probably give it 6.5 out of 10.
What about you, Bolo?
I was a fan of the movie. I did like the fact that it was kind of like a low-key Hulk, Incredible Hulk sequel. With the addition, the visuals that we got with Betty, also the leader. I really enjoyed the leader. I wish the visual was a little bit different. I wanted the head to be a little bit bigger from the scene that we saw at the end of the Incredible Hulk.
He's a great actor too.
He's
Blake Nelson, yeah.
I really enjoyed that performance. Sam is, again, we got a lot from him from Winter Soldier up through Infinity War through his Falcon and Winter Soldier series. He's a great progression of the character to become Captain America. I give this movie a 7 out of 10 Van Helsings.
Ooh.
I'm gonna stand on that because I like.
Yeah, you talk about Falcon and Winter Soldier, the series. I would have loved a little Zemo cameo, even if it's just a phone call.
Yeah, I'm surprised that he was. I'm surprised he wasn't in there in some capacity.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, that's a nice pull.
Where did that show leave him?
Wakanda?
Was that where he is? Oh yeah, they turned him over to Wakanda.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I'm honestly surprised. I fully expected him to have an adamantium suit by the end of the movie.
Oh, that would have been sweet.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be the way he ended up being able to defeat the Red Hulk. I do like the idea that his armor absorbs like kinetic energy.
Yeah,
like Black Panther's armor.
Yeah,
that was cool.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. That's a good go around for him not having the serum. That line where he's like, Bucky's full of shit. I should have took the serum or whatever.
Yeah.
That was good.
That made me laugh out loud.
Yeah,
That's funny.
I laughed out loud on that. That was great.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it was fine. I thought it was, your basic mid-level Marvel, which is still good. I'll take, I don't think Marvel, even bad Marvel, isn't unwatchable. Nothing they've done is really on that level.
There hasn't been a Marvel movie out that I hated.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like any Marvel movie, for the most part, if there's a Marvel movie and I'm scrolling channels, for almost any of them, I'll sit and watch until a commercial break or something.
I'll watch Captain Marvel. People seem to think that's the worst one. I like that movie.
Wow. Yeah. I like the first Captain Marvel.
Yeah,
I thought it's another one that I didn't love it, but I thought it was better than But let's be honest, the people who were bitching about that movie were the incels that were just kind of hate girls.
No, I think there's plenty comparative to the other ones, and you remember when it came out, the Russos were at their height.
Yeah.
So
it was between Infinity War and Endgame, wasn't it?
Yeah. So the that and Ant-Man 2 kind of suffer by comparison to those movies.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know that it's my least favorite Captain Marvel.
I would
definitely not even close to my least favorite.
It does seem to be part of this new trend where they're not great. You know what I mean? Like it was like one of those first ones, that and Ant-Man 2 and everything, where you're like, yeah, that was fine. But it wasn't terrible. I don't know what would be your worst Marvel movie, do you think?
I did not like Quantumania very much.
Love and Thunder, I think.
Love and Thunder, I would probably have to say was one of the ones I enjoyed, which surprised me because again, that's after Ragnarok, which is one that I put towards the top.
Ragnarok is in my top 3 or 4.
I hated Iron Man 3 when it first came out.
Oh, I like that Iron Man 3.
Hated it, and it's kind of like over the years, it's grown on me a little bit. But I remember I did not like that movie at all when it first.
That plane crash sequence in Iron Man 3 with the monkeys, fantastic.
Yeah,
but I would think Love and Thunder is probably my least favorite. I'm of the minority. I did not care for and still do not care for the first Captain America movie. I think it's hokey as shit.
I love it.
I think the special effects are kind of wonky in that, but I love the movie.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. That's one I don't watch when it's on.
As far as this one goes, I would give it. I'd give it 6.5 out of 10 Van Helsings.
Yeah, that's where I was.
It's a solid, entertaining movie. It's fine. It's solid.
Yep.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's perfectly.
It's better than the Gorge. I can tell you that.
Definitely not.
Wait, did anybody see the monkey, or did we already cover that?
No, not yet. No, it's out. It came out last weekend. Yeah, I was actually looking to see it this weekend, and it looks, unless I need to wait another day or two, it looks like it's not in any theaters this weekend, which makes no sense to me. That can't be right. No, because it's getting great reviews, and I think it's doing pretty well.
Right, I'm up here and free tomorrow if you want to go.
Maybe go tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Let me see let me look at the times.
right.
I'll let you know. But I really do want to see it. It looks fucking awesome. Yeah, I don't have anything else. I think that's the show, unless you guys have anything else.
I got nothing.
I got nothing.
0. I got Pussy Willows, man. That's all I got.
Yeah.
The Pussy Willows.
Good luck. You guys are children. You're children. All of you.
Oh my god. Oh man.
Oh man.
Jesus Christ. I'm so sorry.
I'm
sorry.
All good.
The words you're looking for are cherry blossoms.
Cherry blossoms. Cherry blossoms.
Tell your wife you want to take her to Washington D.C. and to stroll through the Pussy Willows.
We're gonna go see the Pussy. We're gonna hang out in the Pussy Willow Park.
Like, hey, I think every April is when the Pussy Willows start to come
There's
out.
nothing like a Pussy Willow.
Dutch is dying over there. Are you okay, Dutch? Good Lord.
Holy shit.
All right, gentlemen. God. Thanks everyone for listening. Thank you to the people who tell their friends to listen. That's helpful.
Oh man.
Leave a nice review if you could.
What is happening over there?
I don't know.
I've never seen somebody laugh like that.
Oh God. Goodbye.
Super villain laugh.
It's a Crazy Eddie blowout blitz. Crazy Eddie's not playing with a full deck because he's practically giving away TVs, VCRs, microwave ovens, stereo rack systems, video camcorders, anything and everything at home entertainment, and lots of home appliances too. Remember, we are not undersold, we will not be undersold, we cannot be undersold, and we mean it. It's a Crazy Eddie blowout blitz, and Crazy Eddie's going nuts with his lowest sale prices ever. See Crazy Eddie now. His blowout blitz sale prices are insane.